Hi everyone, welcome back. Looking at the expanding of brackets, a lot of people do it in year 9 and 10, have no problems. Then they get to this in year 11 and oh my goodness, the mistakes they make, it's just crazy. Looking at what happens, I can just stand here and do this. This is what I call the simple, straightforward, non-thinking approach. Just do this. In between those two brackets, there's a multiply. So in between everything in maths, whether it's two letters, whether it's a number or a letter, or whether it's two, now most of you know that between two things you've got to multiply. So we're going to multiply this out. Now here's the non-reasoning version. I'm just going to say this is what it is. I use what I call eyebrows. I'm going to go that one times that one. So we're doing multiplication. So if you wanted to go to the side, you can go x times 3x squared and go, what does that mean? And there's some people need the long version and they need to go, well, that's x times 3 times x. Now most people watching that don't need it. So most people are okay that an x times an x squared will be an x cubed, and you can see them there, 1, 2, 3. So that's a 3x squared. Simple stuff. Everyone gets that right basically when it comes to the test. Remember that's going to become a cube. Next term is that one there. If you wanted to write it separate, that's x times minus 4x. And we're left with a minus 4. And how many x's have we got? X squared, two of them. So it's minus 4x squared. First one again is that one there. So an x times a 1, most people are okay, is 1x. And you just have to write x. And by the way, we don't need all these brackets once we expand them. Next part then, we've finished those three eyebrows. Now we've got the next eyebrow, that one there. So what do we actually got? 4 times 3x squared. So that's 4 3s are 12 and the x squared stays the same. No problems. But a lot of people do silly mistakes with it. And I've got 12 times by x squared. Next part's where people come unstuck. What do they do wrong? You know what they do wrong? Is it a positive or is it a negative?
It's
A
supposed to be a
negative.
negative.
Why is it a negative?
Because it's a negative 4x.
Yeah, so really if I wrote it here, it's a 4 times by a negative 4x. And I talk about one lonesome negative stays negative. So that's minus 16x. That's where I see the mistakes all the time. And the last one is 4 times that one there. So 4 ones are 4. Now anyone who's okay with it, that's probably all they need. But you've got to be careful of the negatives. And you've got to be careful about collecting like terms. So that's the biggest power of x. We write that first. You've got two of them to say x squared. And here's where people come unstuck again. Minus 4x squared plus 12x squared. Over and over again I see things like 16x squared. So I just go 4x squared and 12x squared is 16x squared. For some people they need to write it the other way. If you run it around, there's the plus with the 12x, there's that. So if you had 12 of anything minus 4, what do you end up with? Everyone says
8x squared.
8 of them. So just remember, a lot of people will write that and forget to write the
It's a positive.
over again. Now the big one, x minus 16x. Taking away more than you had, you end up with a
Negative.
negative. So it's a minus 15x, and the mistakes I see are crazy there, plus 4. So that's all most people need, like most of you need that. I'm going to talk about this because I've seen a few people out there never get this. You ready? If we went back to the original thing here when I got rid of all those eyebrows, have a look at this situation. I call it dancing. So these two people, I'm not going to say boys and girls, because girls will dance with girls. Boys won't normally dance with boys, but some do. So what have we got? These two people are allowed to dance with those three people. Not allowed to dance with each other, not choosing to dance with each other, and they're not choosing to dance with each other. So if this was the first person, they could dance with them, they could dance with them, and they can dance with them. And that's my three eyebrows I had a moment ago. First pair, second pair, third pair. And you remember that we're doing multiplication. So maybe you did this and you went, I sort of understood it years ago, but not really. So now here's the second person. They can dance with them, dance with them, dance with them. So if it's me when I was back at school, I stopped using eyebrows and I just go first one, first, second, third. Second one, first, second, third. Now, could go one step further and go, what if we had something like, let's go a little bit crazy. I'm not going to finish this, I'm just going to talk about it. So it was that one there. How many pairs we got? Those three people can choose to dance with any of those three people. How many possibilities? They can dance with them, they can dance with them, they can dance with them. So your brain starts to say, how many? Is it 6 or is it 9?
It's 9 because it's
That's 9.
yeah.
So thanks for watching everyone. See you in the future.